Hello, welcome back to the breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out for the United States, and we're going to talk about a story that was just starting to break yesterday evening and is now being widely reported today. Check out your screen. Building explodes at Northrop Grumman's rocket test site in Utah in the United States. An explosion at Northrop Grumman's remote rocket testing site in northern Utah destroyed a building Wednesday. Officers found no injuries or fatalities in their initial investigation. So that's very good news that thankfully nobody was harmed in this explosion, but we can see here in the video footage coming out from that facility a massive plume of smoke as we had a building over there that we don't even know it was being used for completely exploding. So we do know that one of the largest American defense contractors specializing in aerospace and defense is Northrop Grumman. And the name of the site where the explosion occurred was called Rocket Garden in Box Elder County. This is in northern Utah. And the site is known for producing solid rocket engines, and Northrop Grumman is involved in work on ICBM modernization and NASA's Space Launch System. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you guys this story here is because we just had about a month ago. I'm going to show you guys a report that I actually covered for you just about 1 month ago in the Czech Republic. We had an artillery manufacturing plant completely exploding over there. And apparently, we had some people injured, maybe even killed, when this explosion took place. And we know that the Czech Republic is producing artillery shells for Ukraine to use in the war against Russia. So many people were speculating at the time of whether that was maybe Russia who carried out some sort of sabotage attack onto the Czech Republic to prevent them from producing any artillery shells. I mean, there's just been a lot of countries with explosions and many times at military facilities or munition sites. Okay, so I'm going to show you this report. Let's go ahead and jump on over here real quick to the defense blog. Explosion destroys building at Northrop Grumman facility in Utah. This just coming out today, April 17th, 2025. Here's a photo of this facility after it was destroyed. I mean, look at this thing, completely gone. Not really sure what it would have been used for. You guys can let me know maybe what you see on the inside over here. Lots of piping on the inside. So was it some sort of gas explosion or what happened? We don't really know yet, but definitely a pretty massive explosion over here. And something I do want to note also is the reason why we're using Defense Blog is not a lot of mainstream news was picking this up today. I think out of all like the top mainstream news in America, I think it was only AP that it was actually picking this up. So one of very few mainstream news actually picking up this story today, which I thought was interesting. So it says here an explosion ripped through a building at the Northrop Grumman Rocket Garden in Box Elder County, Utah, early Wednesday morning. The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office confirmed the blast occurred at approximately 7:38 a.m. local time. A video provided to Fox 13 News showed a plume of dark smoke rising from the site, with residents in the area reporting that the explosion shook nearby homes. Officials said the cause of the explosion remains under investigation. A photo released by the sheriff's office showed extensive damage, indicating that the structure involved in the blast was likely a total loss. As of Wednesday afternoon, no reports had been issued regarding hazardous substances in the air. Authorities said there were no indications the incident posed an immediate risk to nearby communities. At this time, we are not aware of any injuries, but that may change as our investigation continues, the sheriff's office said in a statement. Okay, so not 100% sure if anybody got harmed. Maybe somebody was nearby, but they're going to continue to investigate. The Northrop Grumman facility, located in a remote part of Box Elder County, is a key site in the company's operations involving advanced propulsion systems. While initial concerns focused on potential exposure to rocket propellant and related chemicals, officials confirmed the explosion did not involve the facility's solid rocket booster production area, where chemicals are mixed for space launch systems. No shelter-in-place order was issued due to the isolated location of the complex, and emergency crews remained on site throughout the day to monitor any potential secondary hazards. Northrop Grumman, one of the United States' largest defense contractors, has not yet issued a formal statement on the incident. The company is a leading supplier of missile systems, space launch boosters, and strategic defense technologies for the U.S. military and NASA. Yeah, I believe they do have something to do with the Sentinel missiles that we have, the ICBMs that will eventually replace the Minuteman IIIs that the U.S. military is currently using for their intercontinental ballistic missiles. Also, here it says the rocket guarded site is known for its involvement in critical national defense programs, including work on intercontinental ballistic missile modernization and NASA's Space Launch System. The cause of the explosion and the full extent of the damage are expected to be detailed following a joint investigation by local authorities and federal safety officials. Okay, so looks like there's still an investigation ongoing at this time. I will cite that article down below in the description, as I always do for you guys. And now, real quick, we're going to head on over to X. I'm going to show you guys a couple things over here. So let's hop it over here to J in Kiev. Munitions plants in NATO countries continue exploding. Today, the Northrop Grumman plant in Utah producing rocket engines for the Pentagon and control units for Patriot missiles. Spain, Czech Republic, UK, Germany, Czech, Bulgaria, Slovakia, now the US. Okay, so he put out this video here that we had for you guys on the waiting screen when you came in. You can see it full screen here as this building over here that, again, we don't know exactly what it was being used for at the Northrop Grumman facility, but it did explode. Okay, you can see a massive plume of smoke there coming from that facility, and a few other pictures here to show you this site completely destroyed. Okay, so again, let me know what you think it might be used for and why it would have exploded. But you can see the building completely disintegrated here and destroyed. Okay, will definitely not be able to be in use anymore. Finally, one last thing I want to show you guys from Vicegrad 24 breaking: large explosion at an ammunition plant in Bosnia, Bosnia in the Czech Republic. The facility produces artillery shells for the Ukrainian army. In 2014, Russian GRU Aegis blew up an ammunition depot in Verbetsis. I'm not sure how to say that, guys, in Czechia. 2 people were killed in that attack. Okay, so you can see here this was dated March 25th, 2025. So just about close to 1 month ago. I did report this to you guys. We did a whole video on this. If you want to go check it out, you could probably find it on my page. Just look up Czech Republic. You should be able to find it. But yeah, we had this massive explosion over here. And one of the production sites or facilities that were being used for artillery, to produce artillery for Ukraine in their war against Russia, it's mysteriously exploded. I believe we had some people injured and killed. So I wanted to show you guys this and just kind of reflect on that. And it makes you wonder why we're seeing all these different strings of events happening. I mean, we've already been seeing cables being cut, underwater sea cables, that is, in the Baltic Sea. Lots of what people would consider hybrid warfare, or at least European leaders are referring to it as that, as hybrid warfare with Russia. So do you think this could have any link to what's going on with what we're seeing in Europe, as this is a defense contractor facility inside the United States, and we know the U.S. has been supplying weapons to Ukraine? So do you think there could be any relation to that, and maybe Russia has involvement in this? Or do you think it's just some sort of accident that happened here? And maybe it was like a gas explosion. We don't really know exactly what it was, but definitely something very big exploded over here at this Northrop Grumman rocket testing site in Utah. Okay, so just wanted to get this information out there to you guys, let you know what is going on over here in the U.S. And I want to know what you guys think about all this. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comments section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.